Guys, sorry, hold on, sorry. I'm almost falling down my camera. Sorry. I want to give you guys just hold on. Now we are talking. Guys, listen. Just come closer. Ladies and gentlemen. Hey! If you know what happened last night, hey Jesus, so where do I even begin? Guys, last night was insane. I know I use the word insane a lot. Oh, insane, chaotic, wild. Those ones are very minor situations. Listen, I am telling you for free, as a fact, that last night, Big Brother's house it actually burnt down. Ladies and gentlemen, these housemates were breaking things. They were almost scattering the whole place. Ladies and gentlemen, DRC were on a roll. They were on fire. Everybody was collecting water. The gas boss, you know when they say it reached everybody collected. Everybody in the house were collecting. Pop. See, nobody was left out. Everybody was collecting. Ladies and gentlemen, hey God, where do I begin? It was wild. It was insane. And this was just like few minutes after, maybe not few minutes, maybe like about 30 minutes after the Saturday night party. Here I was thinking that there wasn't going to be any drama because Dami, Chinwe, Rhuthee were kind of cool. They were chilled in the party hall. They were having fun just like everybody else. They were dancing. They were vibing. At some point, it looked like they were going to go and look for trouble from Wanni, but then they decided to hold back. And then I was getting frantic. I was getting impatient. I was asking myself, DRC, what's up now? For those of you that follow me on Twitter, I'm sure you saw my tweet. I'm like, DRC, what's up now? This DJ is giving us songs of war, songs of battle, that you people want to go and fight war. But you people are not bringing the fire yet. What's happening? Ladies and gentlemen, in my ignorance, I thought there wasn't going to be drama. But then, lo and behold, hey! That was how the thing started. It started gradually, from the housemates celebrating Kelly Ray's birthday to the three musketeers having an argument that became a very heated argument amongst themselves. At some point, I became worried. I was scared. I was wondering, hold on a second though. Have you people forgotten your brief? Have you forgotten your mission? Why are people trying to fight against one another? Why are people fighting against one another? What's going on? I did not know that those people were actually setting a massive trap for everybody in the house, including us, the viewers. Because the next things that happened, hey! What my eyes have seen, my mouth cannot say. Hey! Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this video might be lengthy. So you just need, grab a cup of tea or grab anything you like and just sit down. Watch this video to the end because there's a lot of things I want to share. Last night, when this bass boss was happening, and as a matter of fact, this bass boss lasted for about 3 hours, 45 minutes. Yes, non-stop. There was no breaks in between. So when that whole thing was happening, social media was on fire. People were, saying all manner of things. But then it was quite shocking that a lot of people were not reading between the lines. A lot of people were not seeing what DRC were doing. Those girls were operating. See, they were doing a lot of things. I'm going to tell you all about it on this video. So please make sure you watch to the end. Don't skip out on any part. Listen, if I tell you don't skip out on any part and you've been skipping this particular video, trust me, you do not want to because you will lose out if you miss out. All right? Or if you skip out. All right? Yeah. So we're going to get into the video, but first I need to introduce myself. Hi. You're especially welcome to my channel. My name is Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. If this is your first time stopping by, you're welcome. But if you're yet to subscribe, please make sure you subscribe. You need to. Now, yeah, they happen. This is where all the drama happens, right? So please make sure you subscribe. And don't forget to give this video a like because, guys, hey, I literally had to stay up till dawn to put this together for you all. So please like this video. And without saying anything further, let's just quickly dive right into this amazing gist. Because, yes, it is amazing. All right, let's take it from the very top. Guys, don't mind me. My heart is still pounding really fast because the event of tonight is just insane. Listen, it's really insane, all right? But we're going to take it from the very top, all right? Because I also noticed that a lot of people don't even know how this drama really started. So we're going to take it from the very top, all right? So it all started from the party. Started from the party. So party was going on. You know, everybody was having a great time. Everybody was having a great time. DJ started off on a shaky note, but he was killing it later on. The vibe was vibing. Everybody was in a frenzy, dancing. And then I noticed that aside the three musketeers, Dami, Chinwe, Rhuthee, then Victoria and Cassia, that were on one side of the room, that was close to the bar, in fact, at the bar, actually. The rest of the housemates, they folded themselves at the other end of the party hall. Wanni was giving us demure dance moves, yeah. Nelly was giving us scattered everywhere type of dance move, right? Everybody was having fun. And me, I was basically observing because I wanted to know if DRC was going to give us drama from the party. And at some point, I became impatient because it seemed like they were taking their time too much. What did I see? I noticed that yes, Rhuthee was dancing a lot, Dami was dancing a lot, but Chinwe was surveying the environment. They were seeing things. They noticed the segregation in the party room. And it seemed as though they decided they were going to do something about it. So they allowed Dami to keep having fun with her friends. And then Chinwe and Rhuthee, they went towards Wanni. They went behind her. One was here, one was here. And then I think they stretched forward and took the phone. You know that smartphone they always give them to take pictures on Saturdays. Wanni had been with the phone for a while, you know, doing videos, taking pictures. So they went and took the phone. So that was some sort of, you know, poking, right? It's like they wanted to remind Wanni that, hey, we're here, we're still in this house. And Wanni was smiling and doing... But then the other thing I also noticed was Wanni was in constant communication with them Bbnaija twins. You know, one of the problems with the parties is most of the time you will not hear what the housemates are discussing. So I noticed that the Bbnaija twins, they kept on having conversations with Wanni. Wanni was the one that kept on going to them. And then afterwards, the Bbnaija twins would go and talk to Suj and Tofa. Dami gave Tofa space, but towards the end of the party, she was talking to him. We don't know what they were talking about, and the conversation did not even continue afterwards. Now, that whole scenario played out. Then, later on, I saw the bouncer move to Nelly. Yeah, Nelly. I don't know what happened with Nelly, but Nelly left. She went to go and change her outfit. As Nelly went outside, Chinwe also followed and went outside. So I was wondering, like, what's going on? Are these people going to go and have an altercation outside? What's happening? What's happening? Now, I forgot to mention that before the party, when the housemates were getting ready, doing their makeup, Big Brother had actually summoned Chinwe to the diary room. We don't know what ever happened in the diary room. We never knew anyways, aside housemates diary session. So when Chinwe came out and they had gone to the party and she was kind of surveying the environment, she would dance but she'd be looking around. I felt like there was something fishy going on or there was something that was going to happen, but I wasn't certain. Yeah. So as I mentioned before, at some point, I was getting very impatient because I was wondering, like, DRC, come on, give us some drama, give us fire, don't be too calm. So I was gingering myself over here, and in a way, I was kind of getting upset, like, what's happening now? What's happening? So they did not give us drama, except for that little move. They went to go and shake Wanni. They did not give us any move. Oh, and by the way, talking about Wanni, how many of us saw how she was going down low, bending down and whining and grinding and twerking? I mean, when I told you people earlier today that this girl has received her healing, her hip is healed. Yes, that bad hip, it is healed. Fear has actually healed. People think I'm actually lying. This girl was going down, twerking and doing everything. I say, you see? it has healed. But anyways, that's just by the way. The party happened and then the party was over and there was an ad break. So immediately we got back, what we saw was the housemates celebrating Kelly Ray. They were singing happy birthday song to him. They were shouting and they were literally, you know, screaming at the top of their lungs. They were celebrating this guy and they were also singing his song, and they sang it twice for him. And they were recording the moment. The guy was so emotional. It was beautiful. For those of you that don't remember, this was the song that Cassia was teaching the whole house yesterday, you know, to sing for Kelly Ray on his birthday. And he was so happy. It was a beautiful atmosphere. But aside people that were actually singing and singing continuously, Onyeka and Tofa, they removed themselves from that equation and they were sat somewhere. Now, I don't know if they joined the rest of the housemates to sing for Kelly Ray earlier, but we know that when Cassia was teaching everybody in the house that song, Onyeka was looking very spiteful. She did not want to learn the song. Yeah, so the way she was even looking herself was quite annoying. But anyway, she was kind of tipsy. Yeah. Anyways, party mood was over, celebration was over, and that was where people started rushing to the kitchen to go and make noodles. Nalita, Aces, and Wanni, they were in the kitchen making noodles. So they were in the kitchen making noodles whilst Dami, Rhuthee, and Chinwe, they were in the lounge having conversations. Now there was a conversation going on between Ocee and Victoria. It's not relevant at all because we just could not really understand what Ocee was saying. Ocee was beating about the bush. So we'll come back to that much later in the week. Yeah. But back to DRC. They were having a conversation and it turned out to be a clearing the air session amongst the three of them. Now, let's not forget that these three people, between Chinwe and Dami, they had their own differences. Between Rhuthee and Dami, they also had their own differences. Now, Dami is acting pained based on the fact that the whole house conspired to, you know, kick her out with her partner Toyosi in week 1. And she needed to know why they voted against her. Because for her, she was really pained that after that whole kitchen situation, she had called the whole house to the garden and to the dining table, and she had actually apologized to all of them. Why did they go ahead to evict her like that? It was quite unfair. So they were just having a back and forth. And the back and forth was sort of becoming heated. We know that Rhuthee and Dami, they have very, very similar personalities. Yeah, when they get really aggravated, they get too close for comfort. Almost physical, yeah. So it was getting to that point. They were raising their voice, and we know that Rhuthee has a very high-pitched voice or high-pitched tone, especially when she's very upset and she wants to rant. So they were going on and on and on and on, and Chinwe was trying to intervene. Cassia was there. She was listening to everything as it unfolded, yeah, because they wanted her to judge the matter. So they were just going on and on about the whole thing. Rhuthee was trying to let Dami understand, Dami, listen, I don't owe you anything in this house, but I was one of those people that did not nominate you to evict you because I had already grown a friendship with your partner Toyosi, but I did not really know you. So I told my partner that we should not nominate you because I wanted to get to know you more. So the people you should be angry at are the people that kicked you out even whilst you were nice to them. So Chinwe too was trying to explain to Dami that, Dami, calm down and listen. You know, she actually apologized to you. Guys, we're just going back and forth. Now, they were jelly, minding their business and having their altercation amongst themselves. And because their voices were loud, the rest of the housemates now thought that they were fighting against each other. And that was when Nelly and Wanni, they were getting excited in the kitchen. And they were like, hey, I thought they were coming to come and fight us. So I thought that was what Big Brother hired them to do, to come and fight us in this house. Look now, they are fighting amongst themselves. So they were laughing, they were giggling. Wanni was happy, you know, in her mind. It's my head that caught them. Look at them now, useless people. You're fighting, you know. So she was quite excited. Later on, Suj, Tofa, and Anita had joined them in the kitchen. So the kitchen was quite busy. By the way, twins too, they had joined the kitchen. So the kitchen was quite busy. Wanni was making noodles for by the way twins and Onyeka and herself, of course. Now, I think Onyeka was upstairs. I think before Suj came downstairs, was upstairs. And it was whilst that whole drama was going on, you know, amongst the three of them, that Dami took a pause to pay attention to something she was hearing from the dressing area. And by the way, I must commend Dami's listening skill. Her hearing is really, really sharp. Because I don't know how she heard what was being said in the closet. Somebody was saying something about don't mind them, you know, look at them, they're fighting against each other, da, da, da. And she started shouting, we are not fighting, no. We are not fighting, no. We are only having a conversation, which is something you stupid people in this house don't know how to do. What people know how to do is to fake friendships, fake connections, kiss asses here and there. We are not fighting, you know. And guys, she just went on, shouting. And her voice is really loud. And as she was shouting, she was throwing insults at all of them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we know that all of that was just to trigger the housemates into getting a reaction. Because remember, since on Thursday, aside that altercation between Nelly and Chinwe, the rest of the house, they've been forming bad and bougie, they've been forming classy, they've been forming, no, I don't want to give a reaction, I cannot give evicted housemates highlight. So these girls decided that, okay, since you people want to interfere in our business, we're going to give you drama, we're going to give you madness tonight. So gradually, the whole thing was building up. And ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed, I'm going to tell you this for free. That as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you see that disagreement they were having amongst themselves, I believe very strongly that that was a trap. That was a trap that they set for the rest of the house. And guess what? Some of them fell into that trap. Because they caught those ones right there in the jugular. It was insane. What do I mean? So, they were having their conversation and Ocee decided to interfere, decided to poke nose. So Ocee's upset is that, oh, why is Dami still carrying the issue of her eviction that happened since week 1, like all the way now in week 9? That it's irrelevant. It doesn't make sense, you know, that, oh, you two, didn't you nominate people? So they evicted you and so what? So Dami was like, Ocee, I didn't invite you in this conversation, no, but at least I was nice to you people, but people hated me. Everybody in this house hated me. Why? I just want to know why, you know. So Ocee put himself in that situation and Dami was very triggered. So they kept on going back and forth, you know. So initially, it looked like a joke to Ocee, yeah. But for Dami, remember, she's on a mission alongside Rhuthee and Chinwe. So for her, in as much as she was going along with Ocee's joke, she was equally working extra hard to provoke a reaction from him. So there was something she was doing. She kept on getting close to him, you know. You know how in Lagos here, there's this thing that all these touts, all these street touts do, right? When they want to fight somebody, they'll be getting close to you and be saying, don't try that with me, don't try that with me. So they'll keep on nudging you and nudging you and nudging you with their shoulder or with their chest, right? So that was exactly what Dami kept on doing. Don't bring that levels to me, don't bring that levels to me. At some point she went to Ocee and she was like, don't bring, ouch, it hurts. Don't bring that levels to me, don't bring that levels to me. Oh, Jesus, yeah. So she kept on tapping him, and it was quite hurtful. And Ocee wanted to react, but in his head, oh, maybe we are still joking. So they were still playing, and the play was getting quite intense. So whilst Dami was doing all of that, Rhuthee was equally talking, Chinwe was equally talking. They were all talking at the same time. For them, Ocee has no right to invalidate Damilola's feelings. Why? This girl is obviously hurt that she was evicted in the first week. So everybody knows that it was based on emotion. So why is Ocee lying that she did not do enough? Because Ocee was obviously trying to invalidate her feelings and was also telling her that, oh, why did she go and apologize if she knew she had the balls to do drama? Why? You know, so Dami became more aggravated. And that was when the thing started escalating. It was building up. Now, I forgot to mention that after Damilola had warned the whole house that they were not fighting each other, that's DRC, that they were not fighting each other, but only having conversations, the kitchen went cold and silent for a bit. And you could tell that some people were shaking. Yeah, could tell that some people were shaking. So they started acting busy, acting like, oh, they were discussing the food that they wanted to prepare, you know, acting like they were unbothered, you know, like they don't want to even include themselves in that conversation before that Ocee's own, you know, inclusion to their conversation started. Now, the fracas between Ocee and Dami continued to escalate, yes, because they started chesting each other. Now, you know that Ocee is a tall guy, like huge. He's a tall guy. And Dami is quite petite. She's quite small. So she wasn't backing down. So Ocee was telling her, back off, you know. But she kept on moving with her chest to him. Like, Ocee, don't try me, oh, don't try me, oh. Now, Ocee, on the other hand, was looking for his eggs. So he started causing a scene. He started including himself. You could tell that he wanted to defend his brother. So he kept on shouting, you know, and he kept on scattering things. They were in the games area anyways. So Ocee started scattering things, you know. At some point, he carried a ball and he slammed it on the snooker board and he was just doing things. And Rhuthee, they were all talking back. Chinwe was not necessarily raising her voice. Instead, she was trying to pass on the point of Dami's argument to these people. And what Ocee started doing was Ocee started challenging them. He started daring them. He started telling them that they were boring. That since on Thursday they brought them into the house, what have they done? You know, that, oh, this morning he overheard Rhuthee discussing the issue that happened between herself and Wanni. That why is she talking about it? This was something that happened 3 weeks ago. Can't she get over it? Can't she just dead the conversation? And that one triggered Rhuthee, because Rhuthee literally went crazy. Like, are you okay? How, like, who are you to tell me how to feel and how to handle my situation? Now, including Dami's own drama already going on with Ocee, Rhuthee's own added to it. And ladies and gentlemen, we know, you see, Rhuthee's own level of madness, it is at an all-time high. There's no coming down. Once Rhuthee is high, she's high. You see what happened between her and the two chihuahuas that night? This was times 1,000 amplified. It was over the roof. I felt like the roof literally blew up just to accommodate or whether let loose or release Rhuthee's voice and her pitch, because it was deafening. It was insane. She was cursing out the Mbadiwe twins. She was cursing out these boys. And as she was cursing them out, Mbadiwe twins, they were actually provoking them as well. They were like, people are boring. Is this all you can do? Is this all you can do? You want to come and give drama in the house? Hey, give us drama. Give us drama. And they were like, oh, you want to see drama? We're going to give you drama. We're going to give you drama. So they kept on going head on, head on. And ladies and gentlemen, it was so wild that both Rhuthee and what's her name, Dami, they were literally taking on Ocee at once. Like, together, or both of them, they were in front of Ocee. They were like, what you going to do about it? Guys, Rhuthee's hands were literally pointing at Ocee's face like this. Dami was literally chesting him, you know, pushing him, chesting him. Guys, it was insane. Now, Ocee told him, you know what, let's leave them, let them continue whatever they're saying. Now, Ocee went to the dining and he was very aggravated, you know, he was just talking. Because whilst that whole thing was happening, Wanni was laughing really loud. All of a sudden, Wanni found her voice, so since she had been silent in the face of these girls. So she went to the dining she was at the dining table, everybody was at the dining table, they were trying to eat, and Wanni kept on laughing really loud. She was laughing, and that was annoying Rhuthee. So they were like, oh, so now you have found your voice. Now, Wanni wasn't the only person that was laughing. Nelly was also laughing really loud. And they started calling Nelly's name. They were like, Nelly, oh, you're laughing, come out. Come and challenge me. Come and challenge me. So Ocee was saying that call Nelly's name, call the person's name. And Rhuthee literally walked to that dining table, went to Nelly's face and said, Nelly, come and challenge me. It's you I'm talking to. And Nelly was quite shocked. Because Nelly was like, why is she calling my name? Why is she calling me? Ocee kept on challenging Rhuthee, especially, to mention the names of the people that she's talking to. In fact, go to them and go and challenge them. And Rhuthee did exactly that. She went straight up to Nelly and said, Nelly, it is you I'm talking to. Come and challenge me. Talk, let me hear you. It's you. And Nelly was like, what did I say? What? Who is she talking to? Is it me? So she was not acting like she wants to go and fight. Sue was not looking at her. She now sat down. Now, there's something I need to mention to all of you. Whilst that whole heated altercation was going on between Dami, Rhuthee, Chinwe, and the Mbadiwe twins, oh my goodness, they literally finished this guy. It just felt as though all the public's complaints about those guys, that was the insults that those girls were hurling at those guys. They were calling them grandfathers of the house, fools at 40. You came into Big Brother's house claiming like you have money already, but you literally came to come and turn the house into your own house, you know, where people are kissing your ass and worshiping you for connection and whatnot. You that have connection, what are you doing in the house? If you had connection, why? What are you coming to look for in Big Brother's house? Riding on your grandfather's name. What is your own name? Do you have a name? Who are you? Oh my goodness. And they were like, furnitures. Or people claim that you have been in the house for 9 weeks. What have you been doing with that 9 weeks? Boring lots. I mean, guys, these were what the girls were saying. Boring lots. You said you've been in the house for 9 weeks. What did you do with it? Just there. Boring. Not giving any form of entertainment, no content, nothing. So whilst they were saying all of those things, ladies and gentlemen, it just dawned on me that if you look deep within the whole facade of the fight, of the heated altercation happening, you will see that what those 3 girls were doing was them playing the role of Big Brother. It was them playing the role of the parrot. It was them taking on the role of Tokemakiwa. It was them taking on the role of us, the viewers, all in one. And, you know, aggressively passing on the message. In fact, literally slamming the message into the thick skulls of those guys, of the whole house. Because, you know, the housemates, the only rebuttal they had was, we're in week 9, you, week 1, you, week this, you, week 5, this, that. And their own rebuttal was that, oh, you guys, we left, but we're back. But you that you have been in this house for 9 whole weeks, what have you done with it? Dead show, not giving any entertainment, boring lot, not doing anything. Instead, people have been backbiting, forming fake friendships, you know. Imagine you people, fake friendships here and there. This one will insult you. They were now attacking them. They say, you. Somebody insulted you and said your bum is not straight, but you are still forming friendship with the person. Why? Because you want to join forces with the person and fight us. Ladies and gentlemen, the insult was a lot. And that was where Chinwe dropped a massive quote. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to remember that quote because I actually tweeted about it. I think she said something about, oh, imagine becoming friends with your enemy to fight your enemy. I said, chai! That is deep. And she was using that quote to refer to whatever form of ungodly relationship is currently happening between Nelly and Wanni. Because we know that Wanni and Sean, they've had a lot of nasty things to say about Nelly over time. For 2 consecutive Sundays, Ebuka has called them out about the things they've said about Nelly. But Nelly has never for once confronted them. So Chinwe or Rhuthee, they were insulting Nelly that, look at you, coward. Now you have mouth to talk. Now you think you can even open your mouth? The person that has been insulting you, body shaming you, you cannot open your mouth to challenge them. Now automatically, because you are scared, you have to go and become friends with them. I mean, guys, they were dragging these people to filth. And then we were talking about Sujo. They said Sujo, that they can't even talk about that one. That one is still a child. He's still, you know, they are still cleaning his pampers. Rhuthee said it is her daughter that's going to beat up Sujo. That one is still a small child. I said, chai! Lord have mercy. They wanted to talk about Tofa. They said, that Tofa is a nice guy. They should leave him alone. That Tofa did not do anything wrong to them. Hey! I don't think they talked about Anita. I think they left Anita. But ladies and gentlemen, they were calling all their ships fake. They said all their ships were fake. That they were just fronting for the show. It's all fake. Guys, they were saying all of these things. Now, fast forward to when this whole thing was now getting heated. Ocee stood up again from the dining table, and then he was back to talking to these girls, and that was where everything got really heated. And this time around, both Rhuthee and Dami, they were in his face, and Ocee was telling them, back off, what you gonna do, back off, you know. And they too, Rhuthee, everybody, their hand was on over Ocee's head, like Ocee's head, like and they were talking. It was so heated to the point that Chinwe had to say something. That Ocee, in the first place, nobody talked to you. These girls had people that they were talking to, so why did you involve yourself? And Ocee was like, yeah, because he's bored. Yeah, he wants to see the drama that you're going to bring to the show, so he decided to take it upon himself because he's bored. While this thing was happening, Wanni was laughing hysterically, you know, sarcastically and whatnot. She was laughing really loud. And before we knew it, lo and behold, things got really physical between the 3 of them. At some point, I was panicking. I was scared that Ocee was going to shove them violently, but it did not. But instead, you see that pool stick that they used to play the game? Ocee picked one up and it looked like he was going to slam it on both girls' head. And Rhuthee was very, very fast because instantly, she too, sensing that attack, she instantly grabbed her own, pool table rod. And that was where, like a spear, she was like this. Before we knew it, she had lifted up the rod like she was going to pierce this guy. Ocee too had his own weapon. And that was where Suj and Tofa, they ran off the table, both nearly. They were dragging Ocee away, including Wanni. They were dragging Ocee away. They were dragging him away. And people were also, Chinwe and Dami, they were also holding back Rhuthee, from doing whatever. And guys, it was so heated because Ocee was struggling to release himself from the grasp of those people because he wanted to go back to fight. And Rhuthee too wanted to go and fight. And that was where Big Brother shouted, "Housemates, freeze." They refused to freeze because they were still talking. They were still having a go at each other. Chinwe too was, bashing the Mbadiwe twins. Guys, it was so intense that Biggie had to shout, "Freeze," again. But they did not freeze immediately because Rhuthee was still talking under her breath. Chinwe was still talking. They were still angry. They were still talking. And then Chinwe was cautioning Rhuthee to freeze, freeze, freeze. But Rhuthee was very aggravated. She was very angry. And then Big Brother allowed them to stay like that for a while. Though it seemed like he really wanted them to cool off. So I think for about 10 minutes, they were in that position. And then afterwards, Biggie told them to unfreeze. The moment they did, they continued from where they stopped. This time around, Rhuthee went to that dining to confront Wanni. Wanni stood up. And guess what? Dami was pushing her. "You got something to say? You want to say something? I thought you've been talking since. Oh yeah, talk now, talk now. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why Dami was doing that was because whilst that whole argument, that altercation was happening with Ocee, Wanni was at the dining table using everybody as a shield, to attack those girls back. Like she was saying things to them back, So they were telling her, "Why are you going through the corners? Why are you hiding? Come out now. Come and say it to our face now. In fact, call our names. So Dami said that and left. And she was like, "Dami, Rhuthee," I think it was Dami that she called. I'm like, "Wanni, what's wrong with your voice? Say it loud and clear. Say it loud and clear." But the girls had gone away. And guys, the house was in a total chaos. Guys, that was how the drama went on and on and on. These people were spilling the dirty secrets of each and every single one of those housemates. All of them. With the exception of Cassia, Victoria, and Kelly Ray. Yeah. I mean, guys, the drama went on and on and on and on. Now, whilst it was happening, these girls were spilling everybody's dirty secrets. They were talking about how they all gossip each other, how Wanni says a lot of nasty things about Nelly to her boyfriend Sean, and now she's forming like their best friends. And guys, you see, as much as the housemates refused to admit it, you could tell from the sudden change in their countenance that everything the girls were saying, they knew it was true. And they were equally shocked that, wow, so for real, this is the situation. So all the while this whole thing was happening, when Ocee had gone back to sit at the table to eat his food, Wanni was like, "Ocee, this is your fault, oh. It's your fault, oh. If not, why would I be talking to this ratchet nonsense, first week, third week people?" She was trying to act classy. And Ocee was like, "No, it's not my fault. You were also facing off, right? So you handle your business, And then she was like, "No, it's your fault." So she was trying to act like, "Oh, I would have ignored if not for you." But Ocee wasn't having it because he was equally very aggravated. And then she was like, "Guys, do you want to go upstairs? Do you want to go upstairs?" I'm like, Wanni, what is holding your legs from going upstairs by yourself? So she was throwing that question to the Aces and Elita pair, but nobody was responding to her at that table. It just seemed like they saw through her bullshit already. and nobody was ready to defend her or anything. Now, Mbadiwe twins, on the other hand, they had decided to go outside because they realized that they almost lost control of themselves to that situation. So they had gone outside, they had gone to the laundry area to go and do some laundry, and then they were just talking about how, oh, they wish they had not really given their energy to these people. Ocee was talking about how he could actually have a conversation with both Rhuthee and Chinwe because they stayed in the house longer. But Dami, how can he be having a conversation with someone like Dami, someone that did not even stay long in the house? So that whole thing was happening, and the girls were still talking. That Chinwe, Dami, and Rhuthee, they were still talking, and they were shouting, and they were telling the housemates, no sleep for all of you tonight. You people must wake up, calm down, and come and receive water. In fact, you people, whatever you are saying, say it loud and clear. Let us hear so that we will respond back to you. So all of them now, they had finished eating, and then they went upstairs like they wanted to go and sleep. So Onyeka was nowhere to be found in all of these things. Remember, I mentioned before that it seemed like she was tipsy. So she had slept off, and by the time they got to the room, we saw that Onyeka was eating. Now, here was what Wanni did. Wanni was giving Onyeka all the gist. Now, the way she presented the gist, she presented it like Onyeka was actually missing in action. That, they were fighting, Ocee and Ocee. You were sleeping, but don't worry, just ignore them. But it was her indirectly insinuating or even suggesting that Onyeka should go and respond to them. So Onyeka was like, I'm just waiting to hear my meal. Now, we all know this thing about Onyeka. Onyeka enjoys chasing clout. Onyeka enjoys fishing for highlights. Whether her name is mentioned or not, Onyeka wants to get a piece of the cake. And that was exactly what was happening. Because she started getting, aggravated, like, what is it? That she just wants to talk to Rhuthee and ask Rhuthee, what is it? Why are you insulting people? Why are you calling my name? And I'm like, Onyeka, nobody even called your name. But she was making it look like they called her name. So she now, this thing, see, in Nigeria, there's this thing people do a lot. You want to go and fight. Instead of you to just jump and go and fight, you are saying, I will beat you, I will fight you. So you're doing all of that so that people are going to hold you back, and then you'll not be struggling. Leave me, leave me. And we see a lot of that happen during this Big Brother Naija show. Housemates always do that. If you want to fight, go and fight. Why do you want people to hold you before you go and fight? Go and show your power. So that was exactly what Onyeka was doing. If she wanted to go downstairs, nobody was tying her legs. She could have gone. But then she now saw that Ocee and Ocee, they came into the room and they were just telling her, oh, this is what happened, but just ignore them. Ocee was saying that he has handled the situation. Onyeka now put on the garb of the Messiah, of the hero. Suddenly, the hero's complex literally, came upon her. And she was like, no, you cannot be insulting my friends, guys. I know that I am the only one that can answer them. I know that I am the only one that can tell them the truth. I'm like, Onyeka, who the fuck are you? Like, who the fuck are you? What makes you think that you are the one that can tell them the truth? What truth? You are the one that can answer them. What? Okay, Onyeka, go downstairs now. So she was like, I'm going to go downstairs. Oh, I'm going to go downstairs. Oh, like she was giving the people in the room a warning that she was going to go before she goes. So I'm like, Onyeka, get up and go if you want to go. Why are you giving them a warning? If you want to go, go. So those ones now quite natural. They were not telling her, don't go. Wanni was like, if you want to go, it would be nice for you to go, so that you can actually tell them your mind, So Wanni was sort of, pushing her on to go. But then Bbnaija twins, they were telling her not to go, that they already handled the situation. But we know that Onyeka will not rest if she does not get a piece of the action. And she did. Because she did not go downstairs fully. Instead, she stayed upstairs. She stayed upstairs on that landing that she stayed there. Now, before she went out, she was already saying that, oh, Dami is her friend, oh, but if Dami cannot call her friends to order, that she's going to tell Dami, you ain't shit. You people got evicted, but us here, we are the baddest that stayed till week 9. I'm like, okay, wow, what a trophy. So, Onyeka went outside. Now, she did not go downstairs. Instead, she stayed on that staircase landing at the top. And Wanni was holding her hand to make it look like I'm holding Onyeka back. But the grip wasn't even firm. I mean, it was very obvious. It wasn't firm. Now, Onyeka was asking Dami, and Dami, what is it? Dami was like, Onyeka, come downstairs. Come. You want to talk? You want to have a conversation? Come downstairs. Onyeka was like, no, you come upstairs. Dami was like, well, I gave you an invitation. You came out because of me, not so. So come downstairs. Now, at that point in time, Rhuthee was chilling. Chinwe was also chilling. But Dami was still on fire. So, before we knew it, she and Onyeka, they started. Onyeka was insulting her. You got evicted in week 1. I am ashamed of you. I thought you were reasonable. I thought you were my friend. Da, 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 da. And Dami was like, she was just blasting on and on. Now, Onyeka saw that she had nothing else to use to insult Dami. So she now brought in the smelling insult. Like, oh, Dami, you smell. You smell. And Dami was like, oh, really? I smell? Oh, don't worry. Okay, I'm going to sue you for that. Because you're going to have to prove how I smell. So, guys, they kept on going back and forth, back and forth. Now, Wanni was there. She was smiling and she was doing like this. You know the way she opens her eyes? You know, it's like she wanted to enter Onyeka's mouth. I'm like, Wanni, you've been using everybody in this house as a shield. Hiding behind them like a coward. What are you doing right now? Because that was exactly what she was doing. She was hiding behind Onyeka, acting like she wants to talk, but she doesn't want to talk. So she was hiding herself. Onyeka, on the other hand, refused to go downstairs. So here is what happened. She thought it was only going to be Dami that would come for her. But then, lo and behold, Chinwe and Rhuthee, they went upstairs to the dressing area. The moment they got there was something Onyeka said that triggered them. Onyeka was like, you left in week 1. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? If you were all that, people would not have evicted you. The public don't like you, they evicted you. And that was when Chinwe said, Onyeka, she was evicted in week 1, but I don't understand. Is it a ghost you're seeing? Can't you see that she's back in this house? And then Onyeka decided that, oh, she could take on Chinwe. So she turned around and was, facing off with Chinwe. Chinwe was firing this girl. And ladies and gentlemen, there were so many things that Chinwe said about Onyeka tonight. My jaw dropped. Now, just as expected, Onyeka was cursing out these girls with, oh, you got evicted, you have your picture frame on the wall. And then she was body shaming Chinwe, saying that Chinwe bought her ass just to look like her. In other words, Chinwe is jealous of her. And Chinwe said, well, I actually paid $11,000 for my ass. So it is my money. In your life, you could never have that amount of money. Instead, you've been man-hunting in this house, hunting for men all over the place, selling your pom-pom, that's pussy, selling your pom-pom for peanuts. Ladies and gentlemen, Chinwe kept on saying that, and she said a lot more things, but then there was something that she actually spilled that was quite shocking. She said, Onyeka, people are talking, you are talking. You that you've been throwing yourself to all the men in this house, all the boys, and none of them even picked you. They've rejected you. They don't want you. The same thing you are doing in this house is the same thing that you are doing outside. Who does not know that you have been sucking Odumodu Black's dam? You know what I'm talking about, his manhood. Who does not know that you have been sucking Odumodu Black's manhood for money? Every time you go to that guy, you suck his manhood for money. I say, hey! That is not the gist that Onyeka told people in the house, so. The gist that Onyeka actually gave to Suj in the house was that she was dating Odumodu Black. For those of you that don't know Odumodu Black, please check him out on Instagram or Twitter. Just check him out on social media. The guy is a rising, major Nigerian music artist. Not like rising, but the guy is good. Similar to Burna Boy. Very good. He's one of my favorite music artists. And I remember that gist. Onyeka had actually spilled before in the house about this particular Odumodu Black. So ladies and gentlemen, the gist is a lot. And then we were talking about how, Onyeka had been asking, what's his name? The Mbadiwe twins about how Lagos is, that she wants to relocate to Lagos, that she hears that men actually pay $30,000. So the Mbadiwe twins now said, 30,000 naira be $30,000. What are you talking about? In other words, she wants to move to Lagos because she has heard that, girls that actually engage in runs, girls with banging bodies like hers, that's men. There are men that actually pay a lot more. They're going to buy her a Brabus car, a big car, that she wants to live the life of a big girl. And you see that conversation she was having a similar conversation like that right after the party with Tofa. So ladies and gentlemen, these girls were saying a lot of things. I say, chai! If you know you don't have ammunition, don't go to a fight. Because they will expose all your secrets, they will destroy you, they will leave you high and dry, and that will be the end of your career. Because the moment they started spilling all of those dirty details about Onyeka's life, guess what? Onyeka cowered back and went back inside the room. It was a very intense altercation, ladies and gentlemen, because Rhuthee eventually got involved because Onyeka was attacking both Chinwe and Rhuthee. I don't know whether she thought she could take on both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, they fired Onyeka. At some point, Rhuthee was literally flipping her hair in Onyeka's face. Dami at some point was almost going to go and pounce on Onyeka's head. Ladies and gentlemen, these three girls, they almost ate up Onyeka. In fact, they ate up Onyeka. They almost swallowed her raw. It was the moment they started spilling all of these gist about Onyeka's operations outside the house and even inside the house too. Onyeka ran back inside. Now, she knew that these other people that she called her friends, they were paying attention, they were listening. So what she was doing was she was trying to quickly rewrite the narrative, quickly erase the negative perception, because as we were saying what they were saying on the outside, in fact, right outside the door, in fact, not like they were far away, they were even poking their head inside the room and they were talking. So as we were saying all of those things, she was instantly trying to clear the air. Because they exposed, guys, they exposed Onyeka, they exposed her. They were like, you're calling them your friends, you're acting like you like these people, you've gossiped about every single one of them. You go and be flirting with their boyfriends, and then you'll be saying that, I hope your girlfriend will not be angry with me, or this and that. So they were exposing everything Onyeka had been doing in the house. Some of them, Nelly and Anita know, some of them, they don't know. So you could tell that the atmosphere was really tense. It was really tense. And these girls did not stop talking, ladies and gentlemen. They went on and on and on and on and on. And oh my God, Chinwe said Onyeka was bleaching, that her knuckles are, her elbow, her knees, and her thighs are actually black. In fact, that she's orange in color. I said, but what has the camera been showing us? Guys, they said a lot. Onyeka was equally hammering them. She was saying that, you, week 1, bounce, week 2, bounce. She was saying all of those things. But these girls, they were out to draw blood. They were dragging Onyeka to filth. Ladies and gentlemen, it was no jokes. They did not come to play. They were dragging Onyeka. And Onyeka, as I said before, had no choice but to stay in that room. And then she was acting like she wants to go out. And by the way, they were telling her, Madam, just sit down and eat your food. And then when she was now tired of talking, she now said, now all my friends can go to sleep properly because I have fought for them. Ocee immediately cleared her that, Onyeka, you didn't fight for any of us. You went to fight for yourself. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that part, I'm like, ouch. Really, ouch. Because that was nothing but the truth. Onyeka was not going to fight for anybody. Because she was like, how would they be insulting Ocee and Ocee, my friends, my best friends? Why would they be insulting them? And they were like, Madam, you went to go and fight for yourself, not for anybody else. So, ladies and gentlemen, this whole drama continued though. And there were the funny parts of it all. Because as the whole thing was happening, Cassia and Victoria were lying on that sofa in the dressing area, and there are certain things that people will say and they will laugh so hard. They would laugh. Now, it wasn't like they were laughing loudly, but they would just be giggling because it was quite funny. I mean, us the viewers were laughing. Come on, why won't Cassia and Victoria laugh? Now, we all know that that drama would not be complete without Onyeka involving Victoria and Cassia's name, because that was exactly what she did. 1 minute, she was still, throwing insults back at the girls, that's Dami, Chinwe, and Rhuthee. The next minute, she started saying that, that it is Victoria and Cassia that she blames, that if they had not been frolicking with those girls, they would not have had the audacity to come at anybody in the house. What nonsense. That it is their fault that they've been sitting down around gossiping with those girls, that it is their fault. I say, how is Onyeka so delusional like this? How? Like, somebody tell me how. First off, she's claiming that she went to go and fight for her friends, when we all know that Onyeka wanted a piece of the action. She was asleep when that initial drama happened, and for her, there was no way she was going to enter the next day without having her own highlight. And so she decided to go and have her own highlight. Because tell me why she didn't go downstairs. She said she was going downstairs, but instead she stayed upstairs. And then lo and behold, since Mohammed was not going to go to the mountain literally went to Mohammed. Chinwe and Rhuthee, they went to her and they ate her up. And Dami went upstairs and joined them. So the question is, why did she run back into the room? Her fans are rejoicing on social media that, that Onyeka ate them up. I say, where? Because the moment they started spilling her gist, she ran inside the room. She didn't have any rebuttals for that one. She ran inside the room. And ladies and gentlemen, as this whole drama was happening, guess what happened on social media? Michky, dropped a tweet and deleted the tweet. Thank God for you amazing people that actually sent that tweet to me. There you have it. Michky dropped a tweet. I say, let me keep quiet. I'm not going to say much about this. But ladies and gentlemen, overall, the drama was sweet. The fight was sweet. And you see, Big Brother is very savage. Because as the whole drama was happening, people like Rhuthee, who was not wearing her mic properly, Big Brother was reminding her to put on her mic properly. I said, chai, this man. Biggie Spices, thank you. You did this one. Because ladies and gentlemen, it felt like the whole world was awake. At about 3:48 a.m., people were still awake, listening to drama, listening to gist, listening to basketballs. Because later on, the others, they went to bed in the room. But Rhuthee, Dami, and Chinwe, they were still talking. They were still spilling Onyeka's gist. It was insane. It was insane. Crazy. Now, I forgot to mention a part that during that tussle between Ocee and what's her name, Rhuthee, Ocee had actually forcefully dragged Rhuthee to that picture gallery, that wall where they put the pictures, the frames of evicted housemates. He had actually aggressively pulled her to that place, and you know, the way the whole thing happened, Rhuthee had, you know, I think in trying to get down her frame, she had broken a part of the wall. That's a part of the wooden structure. I said, chai! The one thing that I'm actually happy about in this whole drama is that tomorrow Big Brother cannot come and say, oh, I want to give people disqualification for physical violence or whatnot. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the defense that we can actually bring on in this whole matter is that from the beginning of this season, housemates have actually done a lot. They've actually broken a lot of rules, but Big Brother never punished them for it, except on maybe 1 or 2 occasions. And of course, the strikes that happened. But then how is Big Brother going to disqualify, what's their name? Evicted housemates that came into the house to give us a show. So the only thing that could probably happen is that they will leave the house tomorrow. Probably. They'll probably leave the house. Probably during eviction or before eviction or after eviction. Maybe. It's probably just going to be like, oh, we're giving you punishments for getting physical with your fellow housemates. Maybe. But if you ask me, I would tell you that, see, tonight was the best night ever this season. Tonight was the best night ever this season. Hands down, nothing comes close. People were rejoicing. The drama was given. The drama was entertaining. Although, just as we were rejoicing, there were other people that were forming, oh my God, this is so toxic. I said, yeah, toxic. Go and read your Bible. Yeah. The Bible is not really toxic like that. So go and read the Bible. Don't watch the show. But ladies and gentlemen, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. In my wildest imaginations, I did not think that the Mbadiwe twins would have such energy, you know, to engage in such a brutal, ruthless altercation. And they did not mind that they were actually up against females. They were actually going head on. So both parties got physical with each other, yes, and it was just wild. It was insane. But for me, the most important message I got from that whole fight tonight is that these girls accomplished their mission. They exposed every single person that is a part of that top 11. They exposed all those people, with the exception of Cassia, Victoria, and Kelly Ray, of course. They exposed all of those people. Every single one of them, especially the ones that are acting goody two-shoes. They exposed them. Nelly, Onyeka, Suj, Mbadiwe twins, Wanni. They spilled their shit, hung their stinking dirty linen in public. And it wasn't even funny at all. They exposed all of them, every single one of them. Oh, did I mention that when Wanni was trying to yap her mouth, Chinwe reminded her that, oh, in case you don't know, Sean said that you smell like peace. And Wanni was shocked. She was like, it's a lie. Sean did not say anything like that. And Chinwe was like, Rhuthee, Dami Lola, wasn't that what Sean said? They said, don't mind this smelling thing. He said you smell like peace. I said, Jesus. Now, that is one thing that Wanni will have to go and confront Sean about outside the house. They made a mockery of our relationship, and you could tell that the thing was really paining her. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, listen here. Point is, These girls, they delivered on their assignment. They understood the assignment, they delivered on it. They ended up shaking the housemates so badly that reactions were gotten. And those reactions were priceless. I thoroughly enjoyed the drama. And listen, I do not mind a part 2 of it right after eviction if Bbnaija is not going to evict or remove, those girls from the house. I'm going to stop talking here right now, guys. I mean, this video is quite lengthy. All right, my sincere apologies. But overall, let me know your thoughts about all I have spilled in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another video soon. Thanks for watching and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye.